Crafting a personal testimony is more than just telling a story. It's about sharing a journey of transformation that can inspire and connect with others on a deep, meaningful level. When we speak of crafting a testimony, we're talking about intentionally structuring a story highlighting faith's power in our lives. A well crafted testimony is not only clear and focused, but it also offers listeners a glimpse into the life changing impact of God's work. The Bible speaks to the importance of sharing our stories. In Psalm 107, verse 2, we're reminded to let the redeemed of the Lord tell their story. This verse challenges us to share our faith journeys in a way that others can understand, resonate with, and find hope. A testimony isn't just a recounting of events, it's an invitation for others to see how God has worked in our lives and to consider how He could work in theirs. One of the most essential elements of a compelling testimony is openness and authenticity. The most powerful testimonies are those that are real and don't shy away from struggles, but instead highlight how God has been present in the midst of them. Perhaps you faced doubt, hardship, or a time of confusion. Sharing these moments and how faith guided you through can make your testimony relatable and powerful. It's about honesty and showing how God has helped you overcome those challenges. Another important aspect of a good testimony is clear structure. Breaking your story into a simple format before, during, and after helps listeners easily follow your journey. Think about life before faith. What were the struggles, the fears, the uncertainties? This is where you set the stage for what was at stake. Then, share the moment of encounter. How did you come to know God? Was it a dramatic turning point or a gradual realization of His presence in your life? Finally, talk about life after faith. What has changed? How has your perspective, behavior, or relationships been transformed? The Apostle Paul beautifully illustrates this in 2 Corinthians 5, verse 17, where he says, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, the old has gone, the new is here." This transformation is at the heart of every testimony, and it's the part that shows the impact of faith in real, tangible ways. When crafting your testimony, it's also important to think about the audience. Use relatable language and experiences to make your story accessible. Avoid overly complex theological terms and focus on universal themes like hope, love, and purpose. This is where you connect on a personal level, helping others see that your journey could be theirs too. One technique for enhancing your testimony is to make a personal connection with your audience right from the start. Begin by sharing something relatable, something that speaks to the common human experience. Maybe it's a question like, have you ever wondered if there's something more to life? This opens the door for others to reflect on their own experiences. Another technique is to use vivid descriptions, paint pictures with your words. Instead of simply saying, I felt lost, describe it like, it felt like I was wandering in a dark forest with no path in sight. This helps the listener to feel what you felt. Also, use active voice to keep the narrative engaging. Say, God reached into my life and changed me, rather than, my life was changed. This keeps the story dynamic and immediate. And always remember, preparation is key. Before you share your testimony, take time to pray for guidance. Ask God for the wisdom to know what to say and how to say it. James 1 verse 5 encourages us to ask God for wisdom, and that includes sharing our stories of faith. There are a few key components that should be present in any effective testimony. First, a clear message of hope. Your testimony should leave people with a sense of possibility, that change is possible, that transformation is real. Be honest about your struggles, as this vulnerability opens the door for connection and empathy. And most importantly, always focus on God's role. A testimony is about what God has done in your life, how He has shaped your journey, and how His power has brought you through challenges. Luke 8, verse 39 captures this perfectly, where Jesus instructs a healed man to return home and tell how much God has done for you. Your testimony should reflect God's work and His transformative power in your life. When you're preparing to share your testimony, it's helpful to outline the core parts of your story. Practice it in front of a trusted friend or group and refine it based on their feedback. This helps you make sure your story flows well and resonates with others. If you're sharing your testimony at a community event, choose elements of your story that connect with the theme or the concerns of the community. The goal is always to make the message relevant and accessible. In conclusion, crafting a testimony is a thoughtful process that requires sincerity, focus, and preparation. When shared effectively, testimony can be a powerful tool to inspire others, offering them a glimpse into the transforming power of faith. By structuring your story, being authentic and vulnerable, and focusing on God's role in your journey, you can craft a testimony that not only speaks to the heart, but also points others to the hope and life found in Christ.